I'm back for another Bridgevine League. Folks on YouTube in the future, welcome to everybody who's here now. We got a couple of things in here. We've got a couple of Corpse Churns we're trying out. Notably, this list is down on Viscera Seers, so where it's less sack outlets than some of these other lists normally have. So we'll see how this goes. We have a Reckless Bushwhacker here as a fifth Bushwhacker as well, which Bushwhackers overperform, so I don't necessarily hate that. This list, there's Gravecrawlers in here still, right? Moto taking its good sweet time. This hand is absurd. If we looting into another 0, we get to put 8 power into play on turn 1. Please give me a 0. Alright. Please give me double Vengevine. Or one more Vengevine. Rats, we're so unlucky, chat. Why are we so unlucky, chat? Just the gosh darn unluckiest. Faithless Looting is such a reasonable Magic card. I forgot to tweet that we're playing Bridgevine, I think. Let's do this. This is... Welcome to Modern, chat. Enjoy your stay. Welcome to Modern. No, chat. What if they put 2 creatures into play this turn? What if they violate a 1-drop and play a 2-drop? Thalia is actually pretty okay here, right? This, like, Meddling Mage name Faithless Looting. Bushwhacker. Bushwhacker's a good name there. Huh. I guess our hand's actually kind of awkward now, huh? Deal. They're lucky they were on the play, huh? We actually might die here, right? It seems like a neat card, Slim. I've seen other people playing that. Like I said, this is card for card a viewer submitted Vengevine list, so. If they have a Thalia's Lieutenant here, we could actually be in a little bit of trouble. Or like Reflector Mage plus Thalia's Lieutenant. This, itty bitty bugle boy from Company B. Yeah, we're actually kind of behind right now. I would love to block. I'm actually gonna go ahead and crack this fetch in response to this, so we don't bury our Blood Crypts. Yeah, Endless One's probably a fine replacement. Well. So I think I just pass here. Yeah, I think we're on the hard cast Hangboy next turn plan. Feels like it at least. Our grind mechanic in this deck is Gravecrawler plus a sack outlet, and this build has less sack outlets, so like we have a little bit less staying power than some of these other builds do. In this specific spot, I think we'd rather have Corpse Churn. Maybe Cathartic's fine too, though. I think I just eat this one. Sure, Lieutenant's fine here. Stack your bridge triggers right, so your one to get you a zombie resolves before the one to exile it. Right, let's go to stew. We did get the 5-0 with 5-color stuff. Main deck Leyline makes bridge better. That's actually really funny. Huh. I hadn't thought about that. That main deck Leyline makes bridge better. That's really cute. Like, I saw someone had main deck Leyline, I was just like, oh, they're just like over metagaming. Dinkman played main deck Leyline at the PT. That's actually really sweet. Did I just pass here? I kind of want to just pass here. Play this land and pass. Let's hang tight for a second. If we hit like another Vengevine next turn or a bridge holding onto the Insolent Neonate feels good. Like if we hit like exactly Vengevine holding onto the Insolent Neonate is absurd. Because we get to like Neonate, Bennett, play Hangarback Walker. Listen, before people started playing it, this definitely would have qualified as a meme. I just need y'all to calm down. Memes don't have to be terrible. Meme isn't shorthand for unplayable nonsense. Meme is shorthand for doing something obnoxious and sweet. And this deck falls under both obnoxious and sweet. I feel like people that just want to feel better about their terrible decks want to like say terrible deck means meme, so if their deck is bad, it's sweet. Not all bad decks are sweet. Not all sweet decks are bad. No, I know I just broke a lot of hearts there, but that's the truth. I don't think that's true, Enemy. I feel like my threshold for proven is a lot higher than most people's. So if I do this, this is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I need to chump block here as well. If they have an image or another lieutenant, we're just dead. Oh. Care about that. Oh, they got to see our hand, though? Yeah, we're probably dead. So we're going to have 2 zombies left. They have 2 blockers. Yeah, we're dead. Man, that was such a good start, too. Corpse Churn seems way too slow. Is Darkblast good enough for this matchup? Bolt is definitely good. I think Brutality's probably too slow. It might just be Churn for Bolt here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to submit. And they don't have a ton of 1 defense creatures. I agree with that. Just wanna go fast. Bridge says whenever a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard. So whenever a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from the battlefield, tokens enter the graveyard and then are immediately exiled. Oh, you're saying why do they work with Leyline of the Void? Yeah, that works that way. You're talking about Leyline, you're not talking about Bridge? Sorry. Listen, Cletus. Back in my day, exiled meant cease to exist. The exile zone wasn't just this extra zone that we use like a second graveyard as a resource like kids today use. Damn, Eldrazi need to get off my lawn. Just using the exile as a resource. Like, come on now. Come on now. All right, let's loot into a black source and be well off here. Perfect. Throw another surgical spell bomb into the Detroit. Detroit, you want to see how in tune we are right now? When we were going to play Jund yesterday, I literally had cut the second Ancient Grudge for a surgical extraction. I was like, I can bring this in against Tron too after we fulminator them. It literally cut the second Ancient Grudge for a surgical, so that's funny. Moto might have locked up while I was trying to do that. Moto likes to lock up while you're in the deck editor a lot. Alright. Alright. Moto might be dead. Alright, let's just... Darn it, Moto. This is why we can't have nice things. And thank you for the bits. I will put those towards Jund. Moto is dead. Long live Moto. Yep. Sure, but Crumble the Dust isn't graveyard hate against graveyard decks. Surgical Extraction, while it isn't land destruction, it can come in against decks like Tron and Valakut. You're playing it as graveyard hate. The fact that it gives you utility in other matchups is a bonus. That which is Moto can never die. So, I think I'm actually going to play Insolent Neonate here rather than the Gravecrawler, and then, like, end of turn, we'll just, like, sack the Insolent Neonate. I'd have to see a deck list. I'll bite your legs off. There's a forum under the stream you can use to submit. Deal. Resolves. You have 2 for 1 my bridge. Yes. Yes, you have. I was like, why are they gut-shotting my Stitcher Supplier? And then their Noble died, and I was like, oh, this is real good for us. Any tips? I'm pushing it over the edge to unforgettable. Actual 0. When Christy and I got engaged, we had been dating for forever, and I wasn't about to spend an absurd amount of money on a ring without knowing she would like it because she's very particular, so I just took her to pick out the ring she wanted. Matthew with the host. Welcome to folks coming over from Matt's channel. We're hanging out playing some Modern today like we usually do. Listen, I'm practical. I'm not romantic. I am, however, practical. Deal. So, part of me wants to get value by sacking this Neonate to play this Gravecrawler, but I think I'd actually rather just cast and have 2 Neonates in play because they have Menace. Practical is sexy if it's what if what my wife says is true. Alright. Your move, Yugi boy. That's all we got. Hopefully with this Bolt, we'll be able to push through any potential blockers here. I guess if they have a Reflector Mage here, we could be a little bit annoyed. Dahlia is annoying. Not the end of the world, but definitely annoying. I mean, we wouldn't have had a window to play Grafted War Gear yet, right? Like, I think the card's fine, but like, in this specific instance, Grafted War Gear isn't particularly impressive, no. Whew. Whew. Do we just do that? Do we just do that? Do I do this? I kind of just want to bolt this, actually. Do I bolt Thalia, or do I Walking Ballista champion? Love the content. Keep up the good work. Famine, thank you for the 3-month free subscription. Welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. I can't kill both, chat. I could kill Thalia and kill Champion of the Parish, though. That's a legal play. And then they'd go to 15. They'd block Gravecrawler. They'd take 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They'd go to 7. They only have 1 card left. Yeah, because they only have 1 card, it's probably just kill their 2 creatures. I think if they had more cards in hand, I'd be more cautious here, but the fact that they like 2 for 1 themselves to take my bridge out on 1 is pretty good for us. Yeah, but I wanted to kill Auriok Champion, because Auriok Champion's like blocking all my black creatures and red creatures for free. Which is annoying. Okay. So we'll put this Gravecrawler into play first here before we attack. Get our attack on. Do I want to... I want to trade this in for... What's better? Hangarback Walker or a random card? Probably Hangarback Walker, right? Yeah, it's probably Hang Boy. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Hang Boy. We can't flashback looting while Thalia's in play. Worth noting. Costs 4. The build of Bridgevine we're going to play after this actually has 3 copies of Blasting Station in it. I think they're in the main deck even. Decks can always be found on my Stream Decker page, Abigail. The fact that Hangarback lets you interact with Auriok, or sorry, that Walking Ballista lets you interact with Auriok Champion is really sweet in this deck. They are not quite dead on board. Now they are. Check, check, check it. See. Wreck it. See. Smush, smush, smush. Smush, smush. Is Darkblast worth it on the draw? You definitely want 4 Bushwhackers in your deck. This 5th Bushwhacker might be suspect, but you definitely want 4. And I don't think it's particularly close. You want 4. Oh, gut shot it anyways. Just like, this is a deck that's interested in having a lot of one drops to bring Vengevine back consistently, and it like randomly lets you explode. So I think it just like covers a lot of your axes that this deck is interested in covering. Yeah, we're playing a second Bridgevine deck after this in Ninja Turtle. Oh snap, I was so busy gifting subs yesterday, I didn't realize mine was up. Welcome back, Marty. Thanks for the continued support. I Fishy, thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, do I want to lead on? I think I want to lead on Stitcher here. Because, like, I don't have anything in my hand that I actively want to discard. I don't think we're going to make it to Mardu today, Ninja Turtle. That one will probably end up going back in the queue. We did not, Bionic. Jun does not qualify for Meme Monday, so we're going to get to that one on Wednesday. Because Justin is buying out tomorrow. Oh, we milled our mountain tilt. I think we're probably blocking Champion plus shooting Auriok next turn. How much does it cost to buy out a day? $100 a league is the price to cut in front of everybody else. Oh, I should have shot this in response. I gave them an extra point of health. Give them a point I didn't have to give them there. Urkdar, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. You have to be lucky to win with this deck. I don't think so. This deck feels powerful in a lot of the same ways as Hollowed One, but it doesn't have a lot of the same feel bads that that deck has in my experience. With a whole day of taking turns. Well, a whole day of taking turns is more expensive because taking turns is really bad, so the leagues go really quickly. Oh, playing against this deck has feel bads. Playing with it doesn't. Hollowed One gives you feel bads when you play with it a lot of the time. Did I bin a bridge? I haven't been to bridge yet, right? It's like actual 0 bridges in here. Yep, alright. I'm gonna crunch with this. Sure, this is Magic the Gathering. Like, you're gonna lose games because of variance. I didn't say this deck is variance free. What I said was it doesn't have the specific feel bads that Hollowed One has in discarding cards at random from your hand. That's a very unique type of feel bad, in my opinion. And you're welcome to disagree with that, because that's a subjective opinion, like most opinions. But there's losing a game because you discarded the wrong cards at random is a special kind of feel bad. Do I play Gargadon and just start casting crawlers here? I don't have any bridges is the problem. Double block Lieutenant. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It means I can't flash back my Gravecrawlers, though. Yeah, the fact that we've, like, only had one Vengevine or Bridge in 30 cards feels a little bit rough. But, you know, it's Magic. It's just how the games go sometimes. So we're going to take at least 6 on this attack. It's another Lieutenant. That's brutal. I think we're dead. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, dead. Yep. Sometimes all your good cards from the bottom half. That's how it goes sometimes. Like I said, the deck is not free from variance. There's not 0 variance, right? There's just not discard cards at random from your hand variance. While we're waiting for the second match in this league to pop, I'd just like to thank everyone for hanging out here today. Welcome. Hope you're having a great Monday. Had a great weekend. My name's Jeff Logan. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer. And if you're enjoying my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. Past subscribing, you can also support my content in a lot of different ways, such as submitting donation decks. This deck and most of the decks we play here on stream are decks that are submitted by viewers. People that support my content dictate what we play and how soon we play it. If you want to learn more about donation decks, be sure to check out bit.ly/HugelSellout. Past that, you can support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. Inked Gaming would like to customize your gaming experience. Using code Jeff12, you can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, or bags there with them. You can save, we save 12% on your orders by using code Jeff12 there. CoolStuffInc.com buy and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And finally, this stream, of course, wouldn't be possible if viewers like Anaronix, Justin Nivik, and all of y'all out there. Thanks for hanging out today. Remember, if you are enjoying yourself, make sure you hit the follow button at the very least. Head on into the second match here with the Vine deck. Isocron, the reason why I told you to take a break there was because even if we hit, I don't know, triple bridge there, like, we short of hitting triple bridge, we weren't winning that game. We've cast 1 Corpse Churn. Grizzly Salvage would probably be better. Actually, the card I'm kind of interested in seeing played, there's, I think it's called Dance Macabre or something like that. Justin has a Kool-Aid emote, Marty. I asked him if he wanted his face or a picture of Kool-Aid, and he chose a picture of Kool-Aid. Macabre Waltz. Yeah, that one seems like the most interesting. 2-mana 1. Pick 2 cards up. Discard 1. Well, I mean, this is the best of the hands we've looked at so far. We've not played Blood Rage Brawler. You can find all of the decks we've played on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jeff Oakland. Everything we play gets archived there. No, a lot of people that stream don't make it easy to find out what they've played. I try to make that information easily accessible to people. Do my best to help people help themselves. I'm gonna suspend Gargadon, play this Blood Crypt tapped and attack. Probably sack this to make a zombie at end of turn. Put 3 more cards in my bin. Temple Garden. Are they playing like some kind of Kiki-Chord variant? Or maybe just like a Naya mid-range deck? Ugh. That's brutal. I sacked that in response there because if we sacked it and they then ate the bridge in response, we wouldn't get the bridge trigger. So long bridge from below. The scavenging use is probably going to be too tough to beat on this many cards. Let's put like Vengevine plus a 1-drop. Alright, well. Nice, Sandman. Disrupting Shell seems a little bit medium, but I'm glad you're enjoying the deck. It's definitely a lot. It just plays like genuinely fun games of Magic. Like Flash decks play like always have a special place in my heart. And I think we needed a second Vengevine there. Like just one Vengevine probably isn't enough here. We probably need like a Vengevine or a bridge. I mean, Graveyard Hate's just, like, good in Modern. Like, there are a ton of Faithless Looting decks in the format right now, just, like, trying to abuse the graveyard in various ways, shapes, or form. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna do this. I think less is more by and large. For people that keep suggesting cards for this deck, I want you to keep two things in mind. One is the fundamental deck building rule on this channel. Fix problems. Build your deck in a way that solves problems that the archetype have. Don't make changes just to make changes. 2, look at the casting cost of this deck, the curve. None of these cards actually really cost mana. This costs 1. Like, this deck is mono, 1 mana, and free spells, basically. Anything you want to put in the deck that costs more than free better have a damn good reason for being there. Scene doesn't really do anything either. Well, I mean, that's the best card. That, if I could stack my deck and put my choice of card on top, that would be the one I would put there. However, after it was not quite a deal. What was the first hand again, Demi-Ice? Can you remind me? Neonate, 2-land, Bushwhacker, Gravecrawler. You only get 2 looks with that hand. You get Neonate and a draw step. Like, that's not very much at all, and then the hand has, like, nothing going on. I disagree that that's a good keep. I think a hand needs to be, like, really aggressive for it to be, like, worth keeping a hand without a looting or a Fate Citra on one. Oh, this is actually a really good draw. Because it lets us not only scry, but it also lets us start, I don't want to bolt their creature because, I guess... I guess I'd rather just start making zombies. Because if they lose the Wall of Omens, I'm going to kill them very quickly, Zanman. They have an 0-4. Why would I do that? They have an 0-4. Like, that's not... And, like, they probably have a Restoration Angel here. Or some Court of Calling for something. Yeah, like... Does not seem like a particularly good line. Like, remember, if we go all in and have nothing left, whatever we have on board needs to be able to win the game. And that number of things you just listed was not enough to win the game. Yeah, the bird makes bridge awkward, right? Yeah, we can spend black mana to make a choo-choo at this point, which might not be enough. Are we just getting like Kiki-Chord here? Gosh, we're getting Kiki-Chorded. What a tilt. The correct timing to interrupt this combo is when Restoration Angels trigger, targets Kiki-Chord. I'm going to sack these guys in response to make some zombies really quick here before our bridge goes away. We're actually looking for a land, kind of, right? If we hit a land, we can go Gravecrawler, Gravecrawler, untapped land, sorry, specifically. We can go Gravecrawler, Gravecrawler, kick the Bushwhacker. Might just go Gravecrawler, kick Bushwhacker here. They'd go block, block, eat 1, take 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think I just cracked them for 10 here. If I'd have hit a land there, we'd have been able to hit them for 13. That is staying right there. All right. Sunpetal Grove. They must not have a 4th splash. They must just be on straight Naya. Gosh, Wall of Opens is so good against us. See if they're going to leave me my Gravecrawler or not here. I assume they're going to pop this right away. Deny me that. I think Bushwhacker is very good in this deck. I think Bushwhacker is part of what gives a lot of your explosiveness. The explosiveness that... I think Bushwhacker is a big part of the very explosive draws that this deck can have. We've played... I've only played like a dozen matches at this point, but I really can't imagine cutting this card. It's been consistently very good. Yeah, I think Driven to Despair seems sweet. Someone else had brought that up before. That is not how Magic works. Burp, burp. We're going to have to pull that back and block here. No longer looking for a land. So we lost a guy. They took 4. They lost 2 birds. And this deck went on turn 1. No, I don't think so. Soars, thank you for the 5-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Thanks for the continued support. Our 1-1 is very menacing, chat. Like a Thragtusk or something. They hit a chord. Are we about to get Chain Void? I think we're about to get Chain Void, chat. Don't do it. No, stop it. Stop it. Don't do it. Woo! Woo! Just to get you fixed. All right. All right, that's still not good for us, but it's not. At least it wasn't a whirly boy, chat. At least it wasn't a whirly boy. Could have been much worse. Could have been much worse. We can hit them for 2. We can pass. I was excited for you to get wrecked. Oh, this is great, actually. Because it lets me start making zombies for black again. And scrying. Do I want to fetch shock? Oh, I could have cast it for $10. Grats! Why must I throw away money for the sake of playing Magic correctly? Do I want to fetch shock before I start casting? No, because I bottomed a bunch of stuff I really don't want to draw, right? Should I have scryed with the ability on the stack? Yes, probably. It would have not mattered, right? I guess I would have drawn a Neonate, which would have let me cycle through that, so maybe that was better. Yeah, I guess it was just pretty much just better. I mean, Demi-Eyes, like, if your local format has a lot of Kiki-Chord in it, then by all means play Driven to Despair. But, like, making deck decisions based on Kiki-Chord seems real loose. I don't plan to fetch. I plan to not use this fetch land, is the thing. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're looking for another Bushwhacker here. Wait, that puts them dead on board, right? No, not quite. Are we activating Sahali? Yeah, I'm definitely sacking the Whackers. The Whackers turn into 2/2s. Whackers are 10 out of 10 going in the bin here. The Gravecrawler is going to eat it too. Huh. That's not good enough, right? I don't think that's good enough. One, two, three, 7. That'll do, pig. That'll do. That'll do, pig. Oh no. Oh no, they have hexproof. They have hexproof, chat. Chat, they have hexproof. Oh no. Oh no, I've played myself. I've played myself. I thought it was lethal. And then I listened to Twitch chat. Oh no. And now I'm dead, right? Now I'm dead. Now I'm exactly dead to Saheeli activation next turn. No, we're dead. We're dead. They have 5, 10, no, 12. It's only 12. Whew! Whew! Only 12. Only 12. It's cool. We're good. We're good. Whew! Whew! It's feeling a little, it's getting a little warm in here. I should have put Gravecrawler into play 3 times. Should have put Gravecrawler into play 3 times. Alright, this picks up Court of Calling. And then we're dead. Chat, this gives them hexproof. They have hexproof. You can't shoot them with ballista. We don't have green mana, Stinger. We can't cast Vengevine. Alright. We lost to Kiki-Chord. Do we just, like, take our deck and throw it in a garbage can? Yes. The Corpse Churns have been real medium. Yeah, if I would have fetch shocked the turn prior, we could have had another zombie and another scribe. Lieutenant Khan, thank you for the brand new 5-month, or the 5-month resubscription. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed for another month here. Yeah, if I would have fetch shocked, that'd have been an 11, and they only had 9 power in play in the air. Yeah, I should have fetch shocked the previous turn. I have been known to make a couple of Magic videos here and there. Every once in a while. I like how we're like 3 or 4 cards off of the same list we've been playing, and people are like, this list is so bad, Hoagland. It's so bad. It's like, whoa. How about we like calm down for a second? Maybe that was the wrong land to play. Maybe I should have just fetched in Blood Crypt. Yeah, I probably should have just fetched in Blood Crypt. The second Supplier's bad if I don't have double black anyways. Yeah, it was the wrong sequencing. This deck has so many little sequencing things that you can do. Yeah, Rad Crab. Streaming on Twitch is a lot like being a parent or a teacher. You have to talk very slowly and repeat yourself very often. Ugh. Well. Yep. And because I had the wrong land on one, I wasn't able to get my other Citrus Supplier out there or a Gravecrawler. So, like, now I have mostly nothing. I guess I have these 2 lootings and a chair. Chip in a chair, chat. Chip in a chair. Go ahead and put 4 power into play here. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, the scoozes, chat. The scoozes. They should eat a bridge in response to this neonate. I mean, graveyard decks have been on the up and up in Modern in a long time. Also, just like people talking about like people are preparing themselves. Like none of the cards we've played against are like weird inclusions. Like Jund and Kiki-Chord, like these decks that are playing Scavenging Ooze in the main. These decks have played Scavenging Ooze in their main deck like forever and always. Like this isn't like people have like galaxy brained this and like are being smart and metagaming things. Like maybe they have more cards in their sideboard, but like the random game one graveyard hate cards we're playing against, these are just cards people play in Modern because they're good. Yeah, if we hit a black stars, we're gonna get that 10. How do you feel about Abzan Lone Pox? I think that deck's sweet. You can find my current list and all the leagues we've played with it in the past on my YouTube channel. Gosh, we're gonna lose this game anyways, and I'm gonna miss this $10 kicker. That's so sad. Yeah, maybe going to 4 scoos is more reasonable, but like most of these decks played 3 of them. Like my green black rock deck has been on 3 scoos for forever. So I'm gonna go ahead and neonate this bridge in response here, because this way, if my opponent wants to, they have to choose between eating my bridge and eating my Gravecrawler this turn. They can't do both because they're choked on green mana. So they deny me zombie tokens here, but now they also can't block my zombie tokens profitably, and I get to put Gravecrawler back into play. So 9 power, go. Ugh. Painless green source is a big deal here. A lot of their green sources are tapped or hurt them, so like the fact that they had basic forest or a fetch land here was a big deal. Even fetch land would have been decent for us to like take some down 1. We have a Tarmogoyf. Bloodbraid maybe? Guessing Bloodbraid's aggressive here. Yeah, sweet. Alright, so they're at a virtual 8. The Scavenging Ooze is a 3-3. They're probably not going to be able to block the Gravecrawler this turn, right? Let's see what we draw here. That's not particularly good. So I'm going to smash with everything here. Probably see them like trade with zombie, block zombie, eat something, go to 8. They take 5 down to 3. I get to bring Gravecrawler back. Oh, they didn't even... That makes sense. They didn't even do Gravecrawler. I'm dumb. That's potentially a really good draw. Depending on how next turn goes. Oh, jeez. Oh, why are there so many painless green sources? It's my birthday tomorrow, so here's the present for you. Let's keep moving the memes on. Let's keep the memes flowing on and on. Thank you, Griffin Bruce, for the 24 months. Yeah, Basic Forest into Twilight Mire is rough here. I thought we were going to be able to power through this Scavenging Ooze, but I don't think we're going to beat them gaining 4 this turn. Oh. Or we're not gaining 4. Deal? We're probably still dead. Whatever. I feel like we're just like smork, and like hope for the best here. So like eat this. They gain 2, they end up at 2. I put Gravecrawler back into play. The fact that they, like, left Twilight Mire up here means that, like, they can't take the they can't exile the Gravecrawler, so I get him back. So, like, maybe that mistake is going to allow us to win the game. They should have cast the Grimplayer off of the Twilight Mire, and then they would have been able to eat my Gravecrawler here. There's still just, like, endless food for this Scavenging Ooze, though, so we're probably playing a losing battle. They don't have an option to Spellfry because they have to gain health or they're going to die to the 4 damage inside of combat. They were at 4, so they had... Why not cast Ballista to get Vine back and a zombie before kicking? Because they ate my Vengevine. Shadow of the Grave's a win more card. It's not good in JAC. It's only good when you're already winning the game. It wasn't even the fact that they had infinite green sources. It was more the fact that they had painless green sources. The fact that Twilight Mire and Forest didn't deal any damage to them was really rough. We were just so close to sneaking it out. Yeah, we're done here. Almost beat that turn 3 skews. Slow and steady. We really haven't been boarding that much with this deck, huh? It's like, I feel like we've only brought in these lightning bolts like 3 games in a row. I mean, like, we 3-2 with Hollowed One and humans all the time. Like, there's a reason why the motto when we play this format is every deck's a 3-2 deck. Like, the decks that are good, like, this deck is good, but that doesn't mean you're going to win every game. It doesn't. I don't remember Defizzy Man. This deck mulligans a lot, though. So, I think, like, the number of cards in your opening hand isn't, like, strictly representative of how well you're going to necessarily do guaranteed or not. Yeah, I guess this is good, right? If we hit a bridge or a Vengevine, we get to do the thing on 1. Do I just do the 5 power on one? I think I just do the 5 power on one. This makes their discard spells worse too, because they play a discard spell. I just get my Gravecrawler. Why? What's wrong with this? Why? Like, is there something, like, bad about what we have going on here? Like, why? What? Those were great. You think they're, like, you looked at that and said this was bad? I looked at that and was like, this was great. And then we drew this Bushwhacker that other people like to try and cut for some reason. Just like, alright, smash you. Go. Crap! How do we beat a Grimflayer, chat? That's how this deck works. You have to lean in your Stitchers and your Faithless Lootings. Like, if that's not for you, you shouldn't play this deck. But hands like this are very good. These are the types of percentage plays you need to make with this deck. Our opponent's going to cast Anger of the Gods next turn, and then we're going to concede, but otherwise we're in a good spot. We did play 5-color Knuckleblade, and we 5-0'd with that deck, so obviously it's much better than this one. Maelstrom Pulse would have been okay there. Claim Fame has not been useful in my experience. You generally aren't short on mana dorks or short on ways to keep Ascendancy into play. Gurns, you should read my article about the deck. I talk about a lot of the things you're asking about here. I think it's pretty good. Puts Vengevine into play on turn 1. Yeah, of course we 5-0'd with the deck with Savage Knuckleblade in it. Card's great. Why wouldn't it 5-0? You'll want to watch the tribal zoo deck that we played up on the YouTube later. All right, we have to just play through this. So I'm gonna give them a Vengevine. This like forces them to trade this for this, and then we can get going with something else. So like I'm trading 2 cards for their Nihil Spellbomb here. And they didn't get to draw a card with it. So like this isn't a great exchange for us, but it's like we need to like get this card off the table so we can like actually start executing our game plan. Yeah, of course the link is already there, Marty. You think I'm new? We are 0-2 in this league. Nice, Lapis. Okay, next turn we get to go... God dang it, Bob. I need you to work for me, Bobby. I need you to work for me. Next turn we get to go Gravecrawler into Bushwhacker, bring back Vengevine. Now I get to go... No, I think I still just want to go Gravecrawler here, right? Yeah, I think so. I was really hoping they'd attack there, too. You can find a culmination of all of my recent content about specific decks on my website there. They're blocking Gravecrawler? See, that seems loose. I get that it's the most power, but like, pretty sure you're supposed to block Bushwhacker here. Okay, that's fair. Give me a bridge. Sweet. Alright, so they're actually in a lot of trouble here. We get to Neonate, ditch. Huh. So I have a bunch of Gravecrawlers in here. Remember when they had Spellbomb on one, chat? Remember when they played Spellbomb on one? Yeah, I'm just gonna Neonate, ditch the Seer, and then play the Gravecrawlers out. Because we get a zombie off the bridge. They're mutually exclusive, Ozar. Pick my Vengevine back up. Gosh, this deck can grind like a mother when it wants to. And like, any non-anger sweeper isn't good enough here because I have a bridge in my bin. Yeah, but Viscera Seer means I can't attack with Bushwhacker this turn, and I just want to deal as much damage as possible, as fast as possible here. No, we don't need that many zombies to actually win the game. Like, they're at 5, chat. We don't need a bunch of zombies to win the game. Like, the zombies we have are, like, more than enough. How does having... Think about your statement. Turning my creatures into 2/2 zombies does not insulate against anger. My board still ends up empty. I guess I have Gravecrawlers and stuff in my bin, but like I'm still very dead. Like I have nothing left at that point. I guess I'd have Neonate left in my hand, and then any creature sets us back up. Or actually, it's just fine, right? Because the Neonate turns on bridges. Yeah, you're right. Seer insulates against anger. Yeah, Seer would insulate against anger because the Neonate left in hand turns bridge back on demand, which then lets us recast Gravecrawlers and recast Vengevines. Yeah, I get it now. And again, this is why it's important to be specific, chat. Like, there's a lot of small things that go in there, and just you screaming at me that I'm wrong doesn't tell me why. The whys are important. The Corpse Churns have been really terrible. Just, like, wish they were basically anything else. Cut Corpse Churn for Kiki. Kiki is castable. We do have 3 red mana producing lands in this deck. So I think I'm gonna actually suspend Gargadon on one here. I think Humans is great, and it's a great deck to have be the best deck in Modern. I'm going to suspend Gargadon here, because now on 2, I can go Stitcher Supplier, sack Stitcher Supplier to Gargadon, get 6 looks at a Vengevine, cast Gravecrawler, put Vengevine into play. I remember an article by Chapin or something after the PT telling people he didn't care what you played in the flex slot so long as it's not Corpse Churn. I'm just going to reiterate something I said earlier, Jay, so if you've been here a while, you've heard this. People keep coming in and saying this deck doesn't quantify as a meme. Chat, meme doesn't mean a deck is bad or unplayable. I feel like a lot of people that are here just hear meme and they want it to be validation for, like, playing a deck that's just, like, full of terrible cards. Meme just means a deck is sweet and doing something awesome and wacky and strange. And this deck definitely qualifies as something awesome and wacky and strange. Like, it's literally playing Bridge from Below in it. God, Steve hampering our bridges is really sad. Why you gotta be like that, Steve? Why you gotta be like that? Should stack the triggers the other way, then the opponent can't wait for the supplier to mill before sacking the Steve. But then I wouldn't get... You don't understand what you're talking about. Alright. Put our vegetable into play here. Attack with a vegetable. Memes need not be bad, only dank. Steve gets lands by burning bridges. I mean, this Corpse Churn is probably worse than the other one this game, right? What elves? Sure. Eat your vegetables. Yeah, we do get to eat the vegetables with Gargadon, right? I have no, because this isn't my list, Hawkage. Cathartic Reunion's probably a fine. Actually, this deck gets its hand empty pretty quick. Honestly, I think, like, go look at the build that's on my website. Look at the build we've played previous. I really kind of like the builds we've played prior. Oh, you've actually never played with Bloodghast. This deck doesn't really have a lot of lands in it, though, so I'm kind of hesitant to say that Bloodghast is good. So, Gargadon's at 7. How do we feel about sack, vegetable, bushwhacker? I think that's the line. I could also Corpse Churn, get Stitcher Supplier, play Stitcher Supplier, but that, like, isn't particularly aggressive, right? What are the odds I'm dead next turn? The odds we die next turn are pretty low, right? They need to have land, ramp spell, scape shift. So maybe it's better to set up Stitcher Supplier this turn. If I go land, Bushwhacker, they get to chump this for 5, and then take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down to 9. And then next turn I have 2, 6, 7, 8, 9 exactly in play. If I just attack here, this does 2 down to 14, and then I'll have Stitcher Supplier in play, and that's 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then I could kick both of these next turn potentially. Yeah, I think we set up for a big turn here. I'm gonna go ahead and just attack for 6 here and see what we do. And that's one of the reasons why I think this deck is really sweet. Like, there are a ton of really little decisions that you get to make in this deck. Gargadon has 7 on it currently. And that's true. Waiting a turn does play around like Sweltering Suns or Anger of the Gods a little bit better here. They're trading with Gravecrawler. Deal. Okay, this is good for us. This hopefully means we're not dead next turn. Are they going to bolt our vegetables here? I think they're bolting our vegetables. Garg is hungry. Needs to eat his veggies. Alright, we had another Gravecrawler. I don't actually ban that many people. We time out a lot of people. We don't actually ban that many. Sweet, we hit another bridge. That's awesome. Bridge probably means the Gargadon gets to come in next turn. No, I really haven't, fishes. I just haven't had time. With basically all my spare time's been going into working on my website with the decklist stuff. Been working a lot lately. At some point this will stop being a 60-hour a week job, but I'm enjoying it in the meantime. Yeah, yep. And I think I'm finally mostly happy with everything that's on the site, so that's nice. So if they have untapped forest, they can scape shift and kill us. We hit another vegetable. Land. Untapped land. Untapped land. Untapped land. So in response to this, I'm just gonna go all in here. They should be dead here. Oh, I could have put the ballista into play first. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Ah, angry vegetables. All right. On the scoreboard. I'm gonna trim this Bushwhacker and these Corpse Churns for 3 Thoughtseizes, I think. How do we feel about that? Yep, all the lists on my website are kept up to date. That's the point of the website is. The point of the website is you can go there and find my preferred list for any given archetype that's listed. As far as I'm aware, it's probably very difficult to know public numbers of exactly how much streamers make. I don't think sub counts are public for people. A lot of people have their sub counts posted or like are public. Like I share mine all the time and a lot of other people do, but I don't think there's a metric where those are public. You can like see follower counts and like average concurrent viewers, but follower counts and average concurrent viewers don't directly translate to revenue on Twitch. And ad impressions don't pay a lot. It's the sub counts that actually make this worth doing as a job. What's going on, Jet? Twitch is actually pretty public with its data pimped up, Monk. Have you seen this website? This is all done using the Twitch API. There is a buck ton of data on this website. You can look at all sorts of different stuff on here. Like there's a ton of information that comes out of Twitch. I think you're wrong about subcounts, Line of Spades. Social Blade doesn't have any subcount information on it. You can kind of estimate someone's subcount by looking at how many emotes they have, but there's also like some people like me who like don't use all their emote slots. Like I have one open emote slot right now that I haven't used yet. That website was called Sully Gnome. Is this a keep? I'm on the draw with a scry. This hand just like needs a vegetable or a Faithless Looting potentially. Stitcher's also good. Suspend this one I think. I think that's better than getting in for one extra. That is not the vegetable I wanted to draw. I guess I just put 3 power into play and pass here, huh? Just like factually incorrect. Actually, I'm gonna permanently ban you because if you're saying that, you're probably a Voldemort fan. Let's get out of here. Like, WotC will ban people who talk about them in a negative way and if they don't agree with your opinion. I'm kind of like a walking testament to the fact that like Wizards of the Coast won't ban you if you disagree with them. Like, I'm pretty constantly critical of what Wizards of the Coast does and like a lot of their decisions, and it's, you know, I'm still very much allowed to play Magic. If you don't know who I'm referring to when I say Voldemort, that's fine. You should be happy and your life is better. Don't find out. Yeah, it's the way you present yourself. That is correct. Give me a vegetable. That's sad. Alright, so let's put Grave Boy back into play here. Yeah, a lot of these deck lists have been playing a copy of Slaughter Games in their sideboard. We to now spend a black mana to take a counter off of our Greater Gargadon, which is nice. Why would Zealous Persecution be good against Tron? I'm confused by your statement. Do I sack this Stitcher Supplier at end of turn? I guess I could take a draw step first. Waiting on the Supplier means I can Gargadon them this turn, right? Look at that! Look at that! People Look at that, another permanent ban. I like permanent bans for people that don't understand what the definition of cheating in Magic is. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of my stream. I've already cast... I haven't cast a second creature yet this turn, have I? So my vegetable's about to come into play, right? Eat your vegetables, kids. Eat your vegetables. Do-do-do-do-do. Be-do-do-do-do. If it wants you to know, referring to he who must not named as Voldemort is insulting to Voldemort. Alright, let's attack for 13 here. All right. Are we going to run the... I think we might run the O2 back into the 3-2 here. God bless, God bless, God bless. Remember, if you're going to criticize play, even if it's my opponent, you need to be constructive and specific as to why, or you get a 10-minute break. I'll be right back. I'm going to go fill up some water, and then we're going to finish this league and play at least one more. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Let's stand up again. When I stood up, my knee was sore. So let's stand up. Stretch them legs out. I think a Blood Rage Brawler over Corpse Churn. That seems sweet. I saw some other people playing that card. It seems reasonably powerful. Like more ways to beat people down, more creatures to floop vegetables back into play. Like those both seem reasonable. This hand's just not good enough, right? I think our average 6 is just better than this. This is not exciting, but fine. I'm gonna bottom that. Looking for bridges and vegetables. Welcome back, Nivek. Yeah, it would have been decent as with it as Brawler, wouldn't it have? I think you're right. Thoughts on Bone Picker? Bone Picker's the one where something has to die, right? Thanks for being here, Brando. Welcome. It's a good pickup. So I think I just go like vegetable land here. So I kind of consider, but I'll argue Zealous basically gives me a faster clock. Post board, we have land destruction. I think, so Zealous Persecution in the situation you're describing against Tron is what I would describe as a win more card. The Zealous Persecution is only good in the situation you're describing if you already have a lot of creatures in play. And if you already have a lot of creatures in play against Tron and you've disrupted their mana, you're already winning the game. So basically, it's a card that's good when you're already ahead. But if you're already ahead, you don't need a card that's good. So that's the way you want to approach a card like that. I think Zealous Persecution could be good in Mardu, but I definitely wouldn't want it in my deck against Tron. Ooh, they took Corpse Churn, chat. That's exciting. Maybe Delve threat here. Smells like a Tasigur. Stitcher Supply is a great draw. Give me more vegetables. I should have fetched my land first here to thin my deck slightly. Assassin Class with the 4-month free subscription. Thank you very much and welcome back. I appreciate that. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can keep me employed here, so here's to another month. No, I like having the low entry fee to put a deck in the queue. I like playing decks that other people have paid for me to play. I like having a giant queue because it means I have lots of work in front of me. I'd much rather have lots of work lined up rather than not at all. There's a reason why lots of people who charge lots more for donation decks have very empty queues, and why I have 60 decks in my queue right now. Fetching to thin is statistically insignificant when you aren't seeing a significant portion of your library. This deck goes through a good bit of its library, especially when you're flipping 3 to 6 card with Stitcher Supplier. So the statistically insignificant becomes more significant the more cards that you see. I mean, to set the bar low, Campbell's better than Zealous Persecution against Tron, but yeah, it's probably not particularly good. Alright, well, they don't have Temur Battle Rage, we should be in a pretty good spot. I feel like every time I'm playing against Grixis Shadow, that's like always, that's like what you say, right? It's like, well, they don't have Battle Rage, we got them, and if they do, we're just super dead. Yeah, Hangarback is decent. Walking Ballista is even good to a degree too, right? Like, it's just a little bit of reach for us. So if they smash here, we get to Stitchers in front of the Death Shadow, and then they Temur Battle Rage to kill us. But if they don't have TBR, like, we're in a good spot. Honestly, they're probably not attacking if they don't have TBR. Aw, Rainer, thank you for the 2-month free subscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So I definitely want to put Stitcher Supplier in front of here. If they have TBR, they're dealing 20 anyways, which I'm not going to be able to block. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this, and then I assume we're dead because they have TBR. Whoa, that just happened. God bless. Okay. We hit a Gravecrawler, but we didn't hit a vegetable or anything else. They don't have another blocker either. Bauble allows you to consistently make turn 2 fish more often. So that's why you play Bauble, because the Grixis Shadow is an aggressive deck that wants to kill you ASAP. That's sweet. Alright, so I get to do this, and then I get to put this other Gravecrawler into play. And then I was gonna hit them for 1 with the Insolent Neonate here. Yeah, I'm probably still gonna do that. As it says, this is very menacing. It's the open shirt that makes it menacing. It's just scary. Why do I need jump blockers? When I can just, like, go wide and kill them because I've gone wide? Low number. Grixis Shadow is a fine deck. Like top 8 at one of the recent Grand Prix. Like it's just perfectly reasonable. Fetch to 4. Just looking to dodge TBR here. And we're dead. Alright. Alright. Super dead. Okie doke. Ring, 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 ring. Banana phone. Do 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 do. Beep do 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 do. Beep 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 do. Beep 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 do. Beep 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 do 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 do. Oh, magic. Oh, magic. I think we're actually clicking submit here. Oh, I guess Leyline of the Void is good against them, huh? Turns off their snaps and stuff. Gravecrawler. I guess Gravecrawler's good when we're going wide. Let's do this. Streaming a 0 is probably fine. I think Leyline's fine. I think like Bushwhacker and Corpse Churn are kind of awkward anyways. I could see Bolt being okay. I think I'd rather just like take them off their threats though. Asian makes a turn 1 4/4, so I'm gonna keep it. No, I think Grixis Death Shadow is a pretty dry deck. It's just a lot of... It's basically just like a feel smart aggro deck. It's an aggro deck with counter spells. Any merit for Thoughtseize on the play? I don't think so. They are not going to have a hard time getting Shadow into play this game. If you get Banana Phone stuck in my head, can I get a full quality assurance refund? Yeah, this deck's got a lot of really neat sequencing decisions. I don't really find the Grixis Shadow particularly interesting as far as gameplay is concerned. Which, that's super subjective. If you enjoy it, there's nothing wrong with that. Quinn, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. Tilt, I liked my spell. I mean, the blue-red deck is an aggro deck. Like, I frequently describe the blue-red deck as a burn deck. Why don't you have a poorly sung song for I Wanna Feel Something, right? If they have a Shadow here, we're probably dead. Oh, results based. Don't be results based. Tournament results don't prove anything. Tournament results just means that someone decided to play a deck and did kind of okay with it. It's not how data works. All right, we're running this back here just a second, but just to like wrap this specific Bridgevine list for the YouTube wrap up. Corpse Churn was really bad. Just like not exciting at all. Really kind of clunky, not worth the 2 mana. Gargadon was really good that league. We put Gargadon into play more than once and did like some sweet things with him. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Gargadon is better than Viscera Seer in this deck. Would not be surprised. All right.